Welcome back to LA Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in with me. Let's get into this update in the Nipsey Hussle case. I have an article here from NPR.org. Jury finds man guilty of first-degree murder of rapper Nipsey Hussle. This was posted July 6th of 2022. Los Angeles. Jurors found a 32-year-old man guilty of first-degree murder Wednesday for the 2019 fatal shooting of rapper Nipsey Hussle. The Los Angeles County jury also found Eric R. Holder Jr. guilty of 2 counts of attempted voluntary manslaughter instead of 2 attempted murder counts, as prosecutors had sought for 2 other men who were hit by gunfire at the scene. Holder was wearing a blue suit and a face mask, stood up in a small courtroom next to his lawyer as the verdict was read. He had no visible reaction. Jurors deliberated for about 6 hours over 2 days before reaching the verdict. The verdict brings an end to a legal saga that has lasted more than 3 years and a trial that was often delayed because of the pandemic. Holder and Hussle had known each other for years. They grew up members of the same South Los Angeles street gang when a chance meeting outside the rapper's Los Angeles clothing store led to the shooting and his death. The evidence against Holder was overwhelming, from eyewitnesses to surveillance cameras from local businesses that captured his arrival, the shooting, and his departure. His attorney did not deny that he was the shooter, but urged jurors to find him guilty of the lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter. The shooting followed a conversation the 2 men had about rumors that Holder had been acting as an informant for authorities. Holder's lawyer, Aaron Jansen, said that being publicly accused of being a snitch by a person as prominent as Hussle brought on a heat of passion in Holder that made him not guilty of first-degree murder. "This is a provocation that stirs up rage and powerful emotion," Jansen told jurors on Thursday. Deputy District Attorney John McKinney argued during the trial that Holder and everyone else in the conversation that preceded Hussle's death were so calm that the snitching conversation could not have been the primary motive, and that Holder must have had some previous envy or hatred for Hussle. McKinney told jurors that the 9 minutes between the conversation and the shooting allowed more than enough time for the killing to be premeditated, a requirement for first-degree murder. The jury apparently agreed. Hussle, whose legal name is Ermias Ashkadam, died at age 33. He had just released his major label debut album, which earned him his first Grammy nomination, when he was gunned down. He was a widely beloved figure in Los Angeles, especially in the South LA area where he grew up and remained after gaining fame, buying property, and opening businesses. He wanted to change the neighborhood, McKinney said in his closing argument. He kept the same friends and the neighborhood loved him. They called him Neighborhood Nip. Well, we see where people put hands, feet, and whatever else they could find on top of Eric Holder's head last week, right before he was found guilty. And this had to be a consequence he knew would come of him doing what he did to Nipsey Hussle, especially in Los Angeles, where, just like the article stated, well-loved member of the community. Eric Holder was acquitted of the 2 attempted murder charges and charged with 2 attempted voluntary manslaughters for Shermy and Carrie. So we will need to see what happens at sentencing on September 15th of 2022. And his attorney, Aaron Jansen, says they plan to appeal this case. And there was a lot of talk during the trial on Eric Holder's intentions. And we will never know his true intentions based off of some of the information that we have gathered. We should know what Eric Holder's intentions were that day. And we don't. We don't know what the bottom line truly was. We have different stories coming from eyewitnesses, and we also have different stories coming out of the grand jury transcript. From our investigations here at LA Show, we have found some very, very sketchy things. And you can go back and look at our previous videos on the Nipsey Hussle series. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe to this platform. And also follow me on all of my social media platforms below.